Welcome back to For the Record. As Veterans Day approaches, we want to turn our attention now to a local group on a mission to make flag displays in the U.S. the best they can be. We want to welcome in Chris Staud with the Forgotten Flag Foundation. You are the president of it and the founder.
Right.
Let's just start off with this. What is your mission and why is it so important?
Our mission is simple. This whole foundation started not by accident, but it was something I wanted to give back and leave a legacy when I leave this earth. I don't have any children, so it's very important that what's better than a flag to leave on this earth when I pass. But the mission of this foundation, it changes on a daily basis based on, we get events that we're called upon to do to take care of veterans and things like that. But our main mission is to raise patriotism, community outreach, and take care of veterans is our main mission. But again, it evolves on a daily basis, and we're starting to find that out. But we'd love to take care of the kids and get them involved educationally within the foundation. We partner with them. We call them patriots and ambassadors to the foundation. So, for instance, we had an event on Friday at Mount Prospect Cemetery. We restored over 400 graves sites for veterans and replaced flags, and had about 8 kids from Can McMillan come out and help us just on a whim through their student outreach and their student government programs they have within the high school. So it was awesome to have them out there with us this weekend. But our main mission is just to raise patriotism. Why
is it called the Forgotten Flag? I read that you said that there are fewer and fewer flags being displayed.
Right. So it's funny, whenever 9/11 happened, I was in the military at the time, and I was getting ready to get out. I had 2 more months. I was stationed at Fort Carson, Colorado, and 9/11 hit, and I was an aircraft crew chief, so I worked on Apaches. So we had aircraft on boats already to go to Beaumont, Texas to train in Egypt with a mission called Bright Star. So 9/11 hit, and I'm like, wow, what am I gonna do now? And I went in and I re-enlisted for 4 more years in hope to go overseas and take care of our nation and what needed to happen. But as far as that goes, the Forgotten Flag can mean many things. So for instance, the first dedication that we did, I woke up one morning and the leaves had just blown off the trees, and I saw an abandoned flagpole probably about 100 yards from me, a 90-foot flagpole. So they forgot to restore the flag. So you'll go down the road and I'll see that'd be a perfect spot for a flag. They forgot to put a flag there. Or it can also mean a veteran. They forgot about a veteran. So the flag doesn't only mean what it symbolizes for our country, but it means a lot of things as far as raising patriotism. And going back to that, I remember how we were united after 9/11 when all that happened. So America seemed to be so much closer, so much patriotism. But now that's starting to fall apart, and we're tearing ourselves up internally in the United States, and we're going to stop it. And that's a guarantee from the foundation. We're going to put a stop to that.
And your foundation is not political. You're not taking sides at all.
Absolutely not. So that's a great question. Thank you for asking. Our policy, and we have a disclaimer that we put up on a screen, and I read to people before we start any kind of town hall event or a podcast. But the main tone that we like to have is politically neutral. And our stump is patriotism, veterans, and community outreach. And we partner with Democrats and Republicans, whoever wants to promote and have our same values. But we're so just exhausted from the rhetoric of the left and right and just back and forth. And we're trying to bring that to the middle, politically neutral position where people are just talking about things that matter in this country and try to advance this country just needs to advance as one instead of being divided how we are today.
Why is it so important to go to all that trouble to recognize our veterans and the meaning of the flag?
It's simple. I think my heart goes out to Vietnam veterans, for one. They didn't have the proper return and appreciation for the job that they did for this country. I remember when I walked through airports, people would clap for me in uniform. Those guys had nothing but terrible experiences in this country coming home from that kind of dramatic warfare to this. And that's one of our many goals, but we want to take care of these Vietnam veterans especially, and just repay them for all the duty that they did to their country, and just the miserable things that they went through over there. And sometimes they don't want to talk about it, but I find when we bring them to those events, like a flag dedication, it puts a pep in their step, and it's a that-a-boy kind of pat on the butt that thank you again for what you did. We'll never forget you. And we'll never forget those veterans. And it's very important to take care of those guys and girls.
And ahead in just 2 minutes, a final thought from the head of the Forgotten Flag Foundation. Welcome back to For the Record. Before we go, one last word from Chris Staud, president of the Forgotten Flag Foundation. Tell me what the flag means to you.
I can't tell you how many times that the flag that we dedicated has a 15 by 25 foot flag on it. I go up there daily and nightly and just sit there and listen to it just flow in the wind, the sound of it. And it brings back, there's a lot of emotions that go, I get upset with the country and the shape of the country's in right now. But at the same time, I take a lot of pride in what that flag stands for and what we have to do to, well, what we have to do now currently and what people have done in the past, have given their lives for that flag. And to see the way it's being treated now is very upsetting to me. And we're going to do what we are. We're going to make it. We're going to make a difference in this country and make that flag what it means to be years ago. And we're just going to bring it back to life. And that's our mission.
Such a powerful message as Veterans Day approaches this Tuesday. We have information about both organizations right now on our website, WTAE.com, and on the WTAE app under the For the Record tab. We'll see you next Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Have a good week.